Grand Rising. It's Black History Month.
It is Black History Month, which is why I can't say too much. It's just, do you
Grand
guys
Rising.
remember? Do you guys remember Kenny Omega? Do you remember when he was alive?
I want to shout out to everybody who's been following my tweets throughout the day. If you watched the Canada Czechia
Oh,
men's Olympic hockey game today,
Sidney Crosby,
oh my
my
God,
Shayla.
sacrificed Sidney Crosby. So Canada, I mean, it's been a very nasty day. It's been a very nasty day for our um, Canadian veteran redacted goats. And I just we're about to feels targeted. I'm just gonna say it feels kind of targeted. I can't believe the day that has occurred. It's gotten so nasty. Like it's so nasty. And I would also like to say, Sidney Crosby and Kenny Omega. Do you know you're the same person? I hope
Literally
you
the same person.
at some point. Just because I think about how they spent every single day, every 20 minutes calling. You know that Sidney Crosby is like super old and washed. Do you
Old
know?
as fucking dirt. Did you guys know that?
Old. And
Did
it's
you
just
guys
like
know that? And
it's just
Macklin Celebrini was born this morning. Did you guys know
yeah,
that?
yeah. Like he's like 2 days old. And that's exactly how they talk about Kenny these days. Yeah, Kenny can't hit it the way he used to. We're just happy he's here. He's still the best in the world. He's still the best in the world. He's still the best in the world. It's just
You know
really
what? Pause. Let's just, you tweeted about it, but we're gonna
you do.
bring it in
Oh,
real
the prayer
life.
circle.
Yep, everybody bow your head. All right. It's Ash Wednesday too. Um, Ramadan just started, but it's Ash Wednesday, so I'm
My
okay.
birthday week.
And then it is your birthday week, which we'll get into. But first, a word, and then if you wanna share, you can share as well. All right.
Sure, sure, sure.
If you're not religious, just manifest in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Lord, sometimes you send your toughest battles to your strongest soldiers.
Amen.
I would love to know how you pick your strongest soldiers, because it seems to be the same people getting the same battles. But you know what, Lord, who am I to question you? I will say this Lent, I'm trying to embody more of your spirit. I struggle to do so because the people that you put me out here with really make it difficult. But if you knew them, you would understand. But I digress. Lord, we ask you to be with us today as we pray over a couple of very special individuals. The first, not related to the Dynamite Diaries at all, but Sidney Crosby,
Please.
tr-
Sorry.
truly, bigger than the sport, deeply personal, does not deserve to sit out in something as large as the Olympics. And so we just pray that you're with him right now, Father God, and beyond. Keep him top of mind for you. I don't know how you rank people, but if you could just boost him up, that would be great. Um, and Father God, as we're asking favors for our elder Canadian statesmen, um, my close personal friend Kenny
Absolutely.
Omega was just so brazenly attacked. I understand it's Black History Month, and that as a result, you've given us the ability to do a little bit more. Um,
But it
we
gets so
do it's with great power comes great responsibility. You once told me that, Father God. So I um I just ask that you be with him in this moment beyond. Please make sure that he is well taken care of. He does not seem to have many good people on his side, Lord. So help him to open his own eyes to see the shrinking circle around him, because nobody came to help him, Father God. So
nobody.
allow him to please also tap into that spirit of resilience that I know that you've placed in each of us. Lord God, we ask this in your name. and among a plethora of other things. But I wanted to touch on that lyric.
I think I couldn't have said it better myself. I think we need to just streamline those two requests. I think we don't dilute the message.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool with it. Amen.
Yeah. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Um, so you guys remember, like, Henny for Kenny is now we gonna pour one out for him instead of instead of shots. They did my nigga crazy.
Did him bad enough he had to lose the match, right? Bad enough we had to lose the match. And it was a great match. I was into an 18-minute overrun. Brother, you know we typically complain, but I said, you know what? That
I
don't
love
matter.
to complain.
Not today. If Kenny Omega in the main event, I'm not saying a beat.
I ain't got shit to say, brother.
I like your Renaissance shirt.
Thanks, Dad. Isn't that so cute?
Yeah, I like that one. I have mine's is the one with it's like the actual image of her like sitting on the horse and like it has like all the tour dates on the back and it's just like
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has like, well, I'm not gonna turn around because I'm not worried about, but it's like spiral tour dates on the back. You can't see. Guys,
also
we could jump right in, but we could talk about other things. Go ahead, Lyric.
I'm gonna say, yeah, Beyonce's back, guys.
Beyonce's back.
She's posting again. Posted with a telephone.
Part 2.
I'm terrified, y'all. I'm be honest, you won't see a different side of me if this telephone part 2 actually comes out. It's happening. If my queens, like the only person who I love nearly as much as Beyonce, like even is Lady Gaga. I think I've talked about it on this show. Like those are my two queens. Wow. And it's also too, you can tell when Beyonce's about to drop because the industry, everybody hurries up and getting their projects out of the way. Everybody is hurrying up and dropping. J. Cole just dropped. I love the fallout.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
Tickets. One of my best friends went ahead and got us tickets. That best early birthday gift ever. I'm so excited. I've seen Cole twice before. I saw him on the For Your Eyes Only tour, and I saw him during the off-season tour. And I got VIP seats for Dreamville Fest.
I'm sure.
You know, Danny, when you talk
how did you and both the other people in the audience like the show?
What you mean?
You know, y'all 3 of you that went to see J. Cole.
I have never been to a J. Cole show that wasn't sold out.
Sure.
Just how, and it's so funny that you're saying this because, like, bro, the amount of those shows are already selling out. Mm-hmm. It's the #1 album in the country.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hater. Yes, and that's okay. You know, I expect these things from you.
You know, when he tweeted like a couple weeks ago and he was like, "Who wants to drive around in my Honda Civic and listen to the album?" I was like, "Oh my God." First I thought about you because I was like, you're the only person that I know that listens to J. Cole. Also, you know that tweet that's like, oh, like if J. Cole died, then everybody gonna be streaming J. Cole. So we gotta protect this nigga because ain't nobody trying to hear his music. But I was thinking about that Honda Civic tweet, and I was like, that actually sounds like maybe the worst case scenario. Because imagine you're sitting right next to your favorite artist and you hate the album.
Well, yes,
and you gotta sit there and be like, That
would be scary. But guys, I don't know why people are like, oh, I've never heard like a J. Cole fan. Guys, I'm from South Carolina. Everybody here are J. Cole fans. Everybody here, even North Carolina, are J. Cole fans. Like, you know, and I think that's always been the thing about J. Cole specifically for me. I don't think he has as much mainstream appeal as, like, you know, a Kendrick or Drake. But it's the reason why he's always been comparable in album sales and things of that nature, because he has a core audience, a niche audience. He makes music specifically for his key audience. Anybody outside his audience, it's not going to cross over. I'm going to be honest. It's not. But for us, it's gospel, especially I think also too, if you came up at the same time when the RDC World skits are coming out, Jermaine, Cole, those are classics. like literal
To you.
classics. You're from
To you.
Indiana, so I don't really trust your opinion on
What
anything.
the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Name one anybody who ever came from Indiana. Like,
Michael Jackson.
not a rapper.
You didn't say a rapper. You say name anybody that's ever
But
come from Indiana.
no, not a
Michael
rapper.
and Janet. Shut up.
Not a rapper. But
Babyface is from here.
not a rapper.
We don't rap. We're above the Mason Dixon
And that's
line.
okay. And that's okay. But I'm just saying, like, I it's really funny, like when like
I don't
y'all
know
like
how to do it.
ever y'all roast me for some like my personal opinions, is like it's only roasting if I feel shame.
No, it's not. That's the difference. And you
Yeah.
know what? They on your ass in the comments, and I'm glad. So I just clearly said the concept of going to a J. Cole
Again,
show.
you can only
Um,
roast me if I feel shame.
no,
I
the problem, the Freddie Gibbs, the problem is that you lyrically spoken you from Indiana. You all the time. What do you say to me? You say, "I wish I was somewhere like Indianapolis because there was more thing to do." There's nothing to do in South Carolina except listen to J. Cole. It doesn't surprise me that you're a big fan of his. You're all in joint psychosis. There's nothing else to do. You sit around and wait for something to happen. And so when J. Cole comes out here and he tells y'all, I got a white mom, y'all sit there and clap like it's gospel. No! Won't allow it. Just because he's the biggest thing where you're from doesn't mean he's good.
that was nasty. Like that was especially nasty. South Carolina gave. I want you to know, South Carolina is literally the bedrock of African American culture. I hate to really take it all the way back. Do you know that 60? No, never mind, never mind. No, I'm not.
I know exactly where you're going. Hey, it is literally Black History Month
It's
lyric. Come
correct.
on.
It was true. It was gonna be true.
It's true, but
It's
come on,
true.
man.
Don,
Don't turn this into that. Don't try to, you know what? That's the problem. That's the problem too. People who listen to J. Cole always act like they're on some frequency y'all don't understand. They're like, no, it was good. Y'all don't get it. It went over your head. No, it
Then,
didn't.
to be
It
honest, I
didn't.
don't think I've ever heard of you talk about a rapper you do like. Do you like hip hop?
That's crazy.
No, I'm just asking because, like, like you said you're not a Tyler fan. I've never really heard you like share a strong opinion on Kendrick or Drake. And then like you're not a Cole fan. Like I know you're into other types of music, but like I don't think I've ever heard of you being like into hip hop like that. What?
I cannot believe you just did that to me on a Black History Month stream of
What?
our
I'm
beloved
asking.
show. You just asked me if I was a fuck you.
I,
Girl, fuck you. I I when I say I listen to everything, I hate when people say that and they're like, "Oh, but not country. Oh, but not techno. Oh, but not." Then you don't. I really do.
I
I
like
listen to
Kendrick,
everything.
but
Uh,
I'm
uh,
just saying, I never heard you
But
talk about hip hop like that.
But hold on. I said, but what we not gonna do is sit up here and act like I don't listen
It was
to
a
hip
valid.
hop or to
Yo,
rap. It's not a valid question.
question.
It's incredibly insulting.
You still
It's
haven't answered.
incredibly insulting. I'm 23. I'm young and fucking turnt. Of course I fucking listen to hip hop.
So who do you listen to?
Um, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't consider myself a diehard fan of
Whatever,
any
nigga.
male
All
rapper
right.
of any male
So
rapper.
name a female rapper. Like who do you listen to?
I listen to Megan every day.
Okay.
I listen to I just went to go see Mona Leo.
I love
I listen to all of the girls for the most part, except the one that's, on turning point at the moment.
Pink Wig. Yeah.
Um, Big wig, she knows what she did. I listen to all the girls. I don't really care what men have to say in the world of hip hop. So unless it's like a hit, I listen to old school hip hop, the hip hop that I grew up on with my dad, is what I'm more likely to play than anything
Like,
that's not on the radio. 3 6 Mafia.
okay.
Um,
Good stuff.
you know, I my dad is big on Jay-Z, so it was a lot of Jay-Z, but But I don't have to prove myself to any of you
I
people.
didn't ask you.
I
I just
I
asked the question.
feel I feel like you know what this feels like? People have like really low racial self-esteem. That's what you're accusing me of right now. That's what you're accusing me of.
I wasn't even. I didn't even mean it from.
That's what you're accusing me
I didn't
of.
even mean it from a
She
racial
said,
perspective.
"You're from Indiana." Okay. She said, "Do you even listen to hip hop music?" Lyric, you think you're better than me? Is that what this is?
What are you talking about, bro?
You think you're better than me?
You see, I'm not gonna lie. What I do appreciate about you is whenever you feel like you're losing an argument, you just pivot and you do it well. I will say you do it well. You do it well to make people forget that you started this in the first place. You literally
No, I
sat
did
there
not.
and dressed
No, I
me
did not.
down for 2 minutes about being from South Carolina. You said that I was from a place that there's nothing to do here.
No,
Around
no. I've
waiting for
repeated the
the
things
cold
that you've
front.
said to me. Oh, hold
No,
on. I didn't
okay.
make that up, did I? We have had many a conversation where you say South Carolina, you say, I wish I lived
That
somewhere more
is
like
true. But
Indianapolis. I
also,
didn't make that up.
but think of the reason why I said that. The reason why I said that is because I've lived here so long, like I've done it all. Like I'm not gonna sit here and act like, if somebody's coming here for the first time, like there's nothing to do. I think also especially you come here like during like one of our sports seasons, it's a fantastic place to be. And especially if you're in another place, maybe like Charleston. I think Charleston's a very interesting city. I just don't live there. And I think it's just one of those things, but at the same time, what it, well, even like you bringing up like the whole white mom thing, I don't listen to Cole for that. I will say I do roll my eyes a little bit when he said when there's some of the stuff that he said is just like, okay, I don't,
J.
and I,
Cole and Logic are the same to me.
hell no, fuck.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
all right, we gotta get off this topic.
Yes.
You about to piss me off, bro. You're lying.
It's
You're
the
flat
same. I swear to God, I'm not. It's the same
out
shit.
fucking
It's
lying,
the
bro.
same shit.
You're lying. You're just flat out like that is a lie lie.
Why would I lie about that?
That's a lie.
Why would I lie about
They
that?
do not exist in the same space. They don't even make the same type of music, bro. Like
Yes, they do.
if
Bad
you
music. That's what they make. They make bad music with fake deep messaging.
oh my gosh.
And every once in a while, J. Cole will put out a hit, and then you listen. J. Cole wanted 100 minutes of your fucking life. How we spend our minutes is how we spend our lives. You want me to spend that much time with J. fucking Cole?
I never actually listened to the album actually. And then
You
at
you're
what point?
recruiting. You're
At what
recruiting.
point? Danny, I'm gonna be honest. If I'm trying to recruit Cole fans, I know for a fact they never call you.
Know what's that supposed to mean? What the hell you mean by that? I don't
You
want you to call me, but what you mean by that?
you made your perspective clear a long time ago. I'm never gonna put you in that situation of just here's the thing. All of you like your things. I don't roast any of you for those things. It just goes
That's
back
not
to no,
true.
no,
That's
pause,
not true.
pause. It goes back to the Olive Garden stuff of just like,
Oh my God.
it goes back to
Always comes back to fucking Olive Garden.
whenever I like something, everybody feels the need to drag me to infinity and beyond. But
Because
guess what?
maybe
No,
if
no,
you
no, no,
consider
no,
that you don't
no.
have fantastic taste.
Finish. No, I have incredible taste. I just like the simpler things. Like J. Cole isn't even like the only thing that I listen to. Obviously, I listen to all forms of hip hop, like literally all forms of hip hop. Like I'll spend months at a time not even listening to anything current and only listening to like Outcast or Dungeon Family and stuff like that. Then I will go through times where all I listen to is Kendrick, and then all the stuff I listen to is female rap, like you said, Mona Leo, Flo Milli, Megan,
I
all of these
love
different
women.
people. I'm very well versed in hip hop because I'm a hip hop head. Like I love like really unpacking projects. I love bars.
She thinks she's better than me.
No,
That's what this is.
you
You
see,
think you better than me because I listen to Chief
you,
Keef. You think you better than me.
pause. You think I don't listen to Chief Keef?
I don't know because you like J. Cole and Logic. I don't know.
You think I don't
I
like
don't want to
Logic?
be alive.
I don't
I
like
don't want to
Logic.
be.
Like Logic.
I just died today.
You see how you just threw that in there, and now people gonna run with that narrative like, "Oh, Lyrics is a Logic fan." No,
Because you are. You are.
I'm not.
It's the
But
same music.
it's not. I'm about to do something to you. You just made that up.
Okay.
No, it's not the same type of music. Cole's music has literally, I've grown with it, and to the point where I remember when Sideline Story came out. I was in what, middle school? Like the first Cole album I ever got, it was bootleg. That's back when you was still buying a movie from like the tape man. If
I
anybody
don't know
else,
about that. I don't
that's
know
some
about that.
southern shit, man. That's some southern. That's some real.
I think it's just, it is your birthday. You are, you know,
What you about to say? You trying to call me old? You about to call me old?
you're pushing 30 and it's pushing back. I'm so sorry.
Danny. Danny.
I don't know why I said that. I'm genuinely
Go
so
ahead.
sorry. That was terrible.
We really don't have to.
I'm so
We don't
sorry.
have to go off the heads when I see
That
you.
was
Just
terrible.
one.
I'm so you know you know what? You owe me two for that one. You owe me two for that one because that was crazy.
Crazy. Out of all the crazy things that you said, you're pushing 30 and it's pushing back. It's
I'm sorry. That was even for me.
I'm 30. I fear y'all are bonded for life. What if I shoot her right now?
I would have to take that. I would
Everybody in the
have to
chat
take
was like,
that.
oh my God, y'all so silly. I keep my ass. It's funny, bro, because unfortunately I'm laughing. It is funny. It is
I I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
funny.
um
Danielle, you know you're dead wrong. She was in the comments.
I,
Oh my God,
I'm
I'm getting
sorry.
hot.
I'm sorry.
She
Yeah.
She said, "You just as old as Sid. We should have prayed for you. Actually, your old ancient ass should have prayed for you."
No, 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 no.
And like,
Um
you see, y'all see how quickly it changed. Lyric just said, "I'm going to the J. Cole concert, loser." you, you old loser from your old loser state, South Carolina. You losers. You didn't throw Logic in there. Logic fan, that she made that up. Made that up, by the way. Here's the thing. And like I said, I've taken so many lashings over the past couple years for being a J. Cole fan. None of this phases me. Okay. I had to survive
no, you're
that.
so brave.
I had to survive those early days after he apologized at Dreamville Fest. Y'all know how hard that was. That's why whenever people talk about like, the current, even in wrestling, what's happening with like redacted fans of just y'all ain't never had to hold the line, man. Ain't never had to hold the line,
Baby's first fandom.
baby.
You know what, Lyric? I I'm sorry, that was crazy. Um that was so I'm sorry. It's your birthday. Um
And now it's all
so
happy birthday, yeah, yeah, yeah.
um g- I you know plenty of shit about me. I won't fight back. The rest of the day, I'll take my lashings because
You know
we got to
what?
even this out.
Danny, I actually don't have any lashings against you. You don't want to know why? It's because even if you like different things from me, I accept who you are.
Oh my
And it's
God.
very clear that,
Now
this is
we doing the Michelle Obama take the high road thing. You think you better
no,
than me?
we'll be taking it to hell at some point, don't worry. But it's just at the end of the day, guys, I'm not gonna change. This is not gonna be the last time I talk about this. As I get closer to the tour date, you'll probably hear it from me again. And just like I talk about Olive Garden, you can only shame somebody who's going to be shamed. My stance on this has never changed. Yes, Cole has his flaws. I'm never going to argue with that and dispute it. But I'm also never going to let anybody discredit his work. To be able to organically show up in random cities across the country with no promo and still draw these type of crowds, to be able to do these type of pure sales after really not promoting your album through the traditional channels, it shows that this hate only be online. And yes, do you think that I care about what somebody like from bumfuck Indiana has to say? No.
The capital city, 11th largest city in the world.
I didn't say
in the
Indianapolis.
US.
I said Indiana.
I'm from Indianapolis, though. I'm not from
But
Indiana. I ain't never been to Indiana. I'm from
I
Indianapolis.
specifically said Indiana.
3-1 heaven, baby.
Lyric is such a baby face tonight. Thank you.
No, no, because now y'all go run. Daddy's so mean. She's so fucking mean to Lyric.
No, she definitely is, and and I think that a little bit of shame never hurt anybody. I think she could afford to be humbled a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Do
on
it,
that.
please.
But I'd rather let the people do it. What I will say is, you set this up so perfectly tonight to where you did present yourself as like the perfect bully, and I want everybody to kind of really like step away from this and be like, no, they're like, no, Danielle, that's too far. No, that's so awful. And I get to do the Michelle Obama taking the high road here, guys.
You know what?
Low, we go high.
Oh God! And then we lost. I would say the thing is, I think it's just a matter of time. I've said in a lot of ways. I think it's just a matter of time until I get canceled.
I'm not gonna lie.
Nights like tonight help, huh?
I'm really shocked that it hasn't happened yet. But I also believe that if it hasn't happened yet, and I've told you this before, I don't think it's going to happen, because I will say we've now gotten to the point to where every time we do a show like this and you get worse, more people start coming. And so
the problem is there's just no, like, when you're supposed to like pause before you say something. I can't. And so I fear the more and more that the more I'm online, the more I'm just like it's inevitable. Like saying that to Lyric was crazy, yes, but like I'm scared that I'm gonna keep doing these interviews and I'm gonna start talking crazy to these people.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think that's
why the one y'all about to see. I did.
I'm not even tripping as hard over it because unfortunately, guys, this doesn't even make top 10 craziest things that Danny be saying. Top 15, but not top 10.
I just want to say it's no fun. It's no fun if it's one-sided. Like y'all gotta get me back.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't thought of anything yet. That's truly it. But when I do think of something, don't worry. You'll get
okay. You got the rest of the night. No.
You'll get
everybody free reign. That's my birthday gift to Lyric. Well, my first birthday gift to Lyric.
I was about to say, Eddie, I'd rather take real gifts. Also, speaking of which, guys, the Cash App is below. If you would like to show your support via Super Chat or Cash App, you can go ahead, sign right here. We got that on the screen. That don't matter. Sign
right. I have gifts coming for Lyric.
Yes, huh? I will take all of y'all's guilt money. If you feel really bad for me tonight, if you felt like, oh my God, Danny was so mean to me, you want to know?
She's not a victim.
I'll dispute that.
It's fine.
If you want, and apparently I'm 40 years old, and so I push past 30. And after being so brutally attacked, it would what would really help? Oh my God, $100. Oh my God, that would really help me feel better about myself. If you would like to pay for some icy hot or things for my arthritis, because
it's one Olympics difference. That's not.
No, seriously, guys, I'm turning 28. I didn't know that was. I am pushing 30. It's true. I actually don't run away from aging. Just because.
No, we should all be excited to. It's a privilege.
And two, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like my teen years sucked. I a lot of my childhood sucked. I will say I really don't think I really started having fun in life until around 24, 25 ish. And so getting older has been a lot of fun for me. I will say of just most of my best memories have come from getting older. And so hopefully by the time I get to 30, maybe I will finally have outrun the horrors. Um, I don't think that's how that works. But that's between me and my
You just
therapist.
got to get faster.
We're gonna outrun the horrors. But yeah, I turned 28 this weekend. So if you want to show love, please do so. Again, cash out down there. You can send super chats. It's all of that. Is pretty great. I will think of something to disparage Danny about. I just haven't thought of what. Maybe I'll even hold this for later. Save it for later. So just so it's
Coupon
horrible.
expires today.
Yeah, but guess what? This stream is going to be up forever. I can cash in whenever I want.
You know what? Okay, fine. I'll extend the offer to the chat only exists today. Today you can I'll take everything on the chin. I deserve it.
Said,
It's their
bro,
birthday.
I got to clip. I'm going to clip that later. I will say we do have to clip that. You're pushing 30 and it's pushing back was crazy. It's crazy. You know what's
It
even
was crazy.
you want to know
I
what's
don't know
even
why I said that.
before before we went live, she's like, "Oh, I don't know if how much energy I'm gonna have for tonight's
Ah!
stream. I'm not feeling well. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it." I said, "Oh, should we abbreviate the show?" No, 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 no. I'll fill up to it. I'll fill up to it. I'm sure. I'm sure.
That's what guys, it's the fever that made me say that. The fever.
The
I'm not
fever.
like that. You know me. I be the IGGY. You know me.
Actually, I do know you. It was pretty on brand.
No, that's not true. Guys, I'm so excited to eventually we'll talk about Oli Wrestling Show. I did an interview earlier this week. I have another one coming up next week that's super exciting, like most exciting. But I did an interview last week. Very unexpected collab, I think.
It's
And
much.
I'm so excited for you guys to see it because I did put this person through the ringer. Um, and you know, sometimes when you talk to people and you're like, for good, bad, or worse, maybe it's just me. Sometimes I have conversations with people and I'm like, oh, you never met somebody like me. You know, I don't know if that's a good thing, but you know, I think this will be your first experience with something like that. If you guys, I think it's fun if you guys guess. So guess who the special guest on Black Girl Wrestling is. I will tell you, it's not airing until March. Um, I just, it is Black History Month, so you won't see it. But March 1st, tap in. What else were we gonna talk about? So,
uh trying to think what else did I say before we get to the actual wrestling. All right, we can just go ahead and get to the wrestling. I'm just trying to think.
no.
Was there anything about it? Oh, I want to talk really, really quickly about two things. Number one, LSU versus South Carolina. Who
Who
can
can
guard
guard Tessa?
Tessa? And then again, I want you to know South Carolina is forever going to be good as long as we got Don Staley. We will forever be superior to just about anywhere else. Just for that simple fact alone, we created Asia Wilson. Who else? Who else do I want to give a shout out to? I was Malaysia Fulwiley is also from South Carolina, but she decided she's gonna have to stay on that side. You decided to switch teams. You decided to switch teams. That don't
I
matter.
just I just don't understand why you would, you know, let me also say
I
this.
actually have
I
the
have been
real story of what happened, but I'll say that
oh,
off.
then tell me later. Yeah. But what's it called? I am a South Carolina women's basketball team fan because my dad is. And has been since Don Staley took over the program. So I tune in, I watch, I'm rooting for them. Um That game was so crazy. What blew me was Flage at the end acting like that was her last game. Girl,
No,
you know
bro,
you play tomorrow.
it's the no, no, it was the way she did. It was the lip trim.
Like, okay, you all right, girl.
What was
And
you
it's just
supposed to do?
it gags me so bad that Kim Mulkey, for all that she talk about and all that she can win, you can't beat Dawn.
I want to put your everybody put your hands out. Everybody put your hands out. I want to hold your hands while I say this. Everybody put your hands out. Put your hands out. Do not call it a rivalry if you have never rivaled the other person.
And that's that.
What do you think that 18 straight wins means?
It means belt to ass.
When y'all used to say stuff back in the day, when Serena Williams was at her height and be like, oh, Maria Sharapova is like her all-time rival. What competition?
I'll add Lewis Hamilton. Y'all try to compare him to Nico Rosberg. 7 world titles, 1 world title. There's no competition.
Whoa, this
We're
bitch is
not
straight to
peers.
the table.
But at
Whoa.
least it was really close. That's not how that works.
That's not how that works, brother. It goes like this.
Um,
Come to college basketball, and honestly, part of this is from the before times. If we talk about it now, I think Don is on top. But if we talking all the time, it goes Gino, Don, and Pat Summit, everybody else,
yeah,
literally.
yeah. RP
And
Pat Summit.
so yeah, absolutely. We back Pat. But yes,
What was the other thing you wanted to talk about?
I want to talk about Tyra Banks. I have not finished. So I made it through most of the first episode of that Top Model documentary. I also want to say, here's the thing, guys, and maybe we're going to end up having to expound upon this conversation a little bit more later in the night. Of just when we're talking about people who have done problematic things and their overall reputations. Because what I've seen is that in the midst of this, yes, well, Tyra Banks 1000% a terrorist. Oh, 1000%. Guys, when you look back and you rewatch America's Next Top Model through like a 2026 lens, it's crazy. Like it's honest to God insane.
Sorry, go ahead.
But if you were watching it in real time, I'm not saying this makes it right, but unfortunately, that was normal for reality television back then. Everything around that time was that provocative. And he went, and even like when the guy who was like the executive producer was speaking, he was like, yeah, I also created Making the Band. I said, that's it right there. I said, that's it right there. I said, you are at the root of so much evil. Making the Band, now that real awful. But what I mean by this is that I am totally fine with people saying, "Oh my gosh, I'll never watch anything from Tyra again. She's terrible, etc." That's totally fine. Like she deserves it. But, I'm not disputing that. My thing is that whenever people do problematic things, people start feeling the need to lie. Like in the sense, I've seen stuff like Tyra was never a real supermodel and stuff like that. That's not true.
That's not true.
Just not
That's not true.
That's
I
not true.
I agree with you. I will say, because I know what you're referencing. Oh, we're gonna talk about later.
Yes.
Tyra, and I implore you to watch all 3 episodes because Tyra Banks is suffering from a chronic case of delusion, and
Yes.
I hope she has a nice outfit picked out for the pearly gates because her picture is not going to be there. She will not be in the running
Bro,
to
it's
spend
funny
the eternity
because
with God.
she's launching a 25th cycle.
Yes,
That's what she's
Lyric.
doing.
I'm telling you that. But the what's crazy about that documentary in particular is like I don't know why she would agree to do that documentary because she spent half the time being like, you know what, guys, like this is my show, this is my baby. I'm the executive producer as well as the host. And then when anything was wrong, she was like, well, that was production. Oh, but did you know you're the executive producer?
It's
And
funny
then
because they'll show her clips of her being like, "Oh my gosh," or she's standing up, fighting for the people. You're the reason why these girls are getting eating disorders, etc. And the rest of it, oh, that is nothing for me. I'm not a part of that.
I didn't do that. You did tell that girl to close her gap. You did. You did take that girl the next season to get her gap open wider. What? Y'all did the race switch photo shoot. That was crazy. But then you did it again. That's why I'm like, y'all don't get to be like, oh, and Tyra Banks spends that whole time, the whole documentary being like, well, this is what the people wanted. So really, this is what America was demanding. So that's on you,
And
Tyra.
unfortunately,
But hold on.
She's 100% accountable. But as somebody who watched it in real time, she's 1000% right. People are like, yes, take her tooth out. Why would y'all do that?
But the thing is, and what's crazy about this to me is like, look, I wasn't watching real time. I was not allowed to watch America's Next Top Model, which is probably for the best.
Yes.
My parents were like, so I watched a lot of Project Runway instead. But
I guess it's my age is showing of me being so old. Yeah, I watched it in real time.
Well, I wasn't allowed. It was on. Yeah. I just wasn't allowed.
Me, but, Jesus, and Jurassic Park.
So was it like silent after the Big Bang, or was there still like movement?
Some say that like the first sound that we heard was we heard like people started making up their own drums, like a little oonts oonts. After the Big Bang, it was like, the aftershocks. And then we eventually, that little oonts oonts, it turned into Michael Jackson.
From Indiana. Mm-hmm. Hey, did Eve really eat that apple? They framed my girl.
Well, I'm so glad you asked. So glad you asked me. You're saying this. It actually wasn't an apple. It was a peach. Right. Because guess what? Yeah, peach is actually the state fruit of South Carolina.
Eve was from South Carolina.
Many have said this. Mm-hmm.
So the root of evil in humanity.
Yes.
South Carolina. You want to take pride in that?
We were the first to leave we were the first to secede from the Union. I'm not saying I take pride in it, but I am honest about who we are. We are just being very honest about.
Hey, we're number one. We're number one.
You want to hear? This will make you laugh. Well, actually, maybe not. It's kind of depressing, but my best friend from college came over. Yeah. In town this week to see me before my birthday, and like my best friend from high school was also there, and we were just talking. We start spotting off conspiracy theories. We're like, what happened to like America actually has a civil war in like 2026? Like, what does that even look like? You got to think the original civil war was like what, 13 colonies, something like that, whatever.
We should draft.
That would be crazy, but let's talk later about it. And so my friend, she literally grabs my hand. She said, "We're going to be martyrs." She said, "Because what South Carolina's doing." She said, "Your friend, your friend, Danny, you told me about from Indiana. She's going to be safe." But at our side, she said, "Us, it's going to be too late for us." But she said, at least at least your legacy could carry on. People that they can say your name. They can say your name. They're gonna say your name. It's so great, Lyra, because you made so many places. I said, whoa, now there. I said, if we really gotta depend on Danny to keep my legacy alive, we'll see.
You don't trust me to keep your legacy alive?
I trust you to try. Now, will you tell the truth? As you will keep the parts that you like. You will get rid of the parts. I do not see you writing anything about no J. Cole or Olive Garden or any of those other things.
Well, I would want you to be remembered well. God forbid I try to help my girl out. I'm a fucking miracle worker.
But that was funny earlier this week, and I was like, wow. I said Danny will get a good giggle of this, because I that's what I said, bro. I gotta get up out of here. If we ever get, let me tell you something. South Carolina, they handing this place over on the silver platter. That don't matter. They
Oh,
not.
Indiana too. That's why I say I'm from Indianapolis. I'm not from Indiana.
Good luck booking that stage you speak
You
of.
speak of? All Elite
But yeah,
Wrestling had a show tonight. It's called Dynamite. Oh, you ready?
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna finish the top model doc, hopefully before the end of the week, because I
I
have
hate
plans.
that word.
Okay. I don't know which one word you meant. Was it top model? Was it doc? Was it hopefully?
DOC. I have a lot of words that like I just like I can't hear them. It really irritates me. That's one of them. Just
Sure.
thought I'd share with the class. Yeah.
Well, thank you for your service. Um,
Autism in girls can present itself in a lot of different ways. That's one of them for me. I got a list of words that I can't say.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's great. Ollie Wrestling had a show tonight. It was called Dynamite. How
Yes.
did it
Okay.
start?
So what do we start with? We
Oh,
start off with John Moxley versus Mark Davis, which I thought
good.
was so much fun. Man, Mark Davis, I want you to know, and it's a very similar situation to what we're probably going to witness with Jet Speed soon, of just like Mark Davis. I wanted to be very clear with people, is not bad. Not even not bad. He's a very good wrestler. I think like he just suffered from the age gap with his partner,
Yeah.
in the sense of,
And the injury.
yeah, with the injury. And so I think AEW went all in on Kyle because he was obviously younger and full of potential, as I mean, as they should have, right? And so I think their tag team obviously got cut off at the knees, which made
But Mark
sense.
Davis is not a scrub.
He is not a scrub.
Well, we're not. So I agree with you because I don't want that to be like,
Yes,
you
that's
know,
what I'm saying, in the sense of, I mean the same thing about Speedball too, of just, yes, Kevin and Kyle, they are the youth, they are the future, but I want to be very specific when it comes to this Big Speedy and it comes to Mark Davis. These are amazing wrestlers that I believe actually have singles potential in their own way, um really great
I
guys
agree.
that could stand on their own, but specifically Mark Davis, literally bursting your hand open the way that you did and continuing to war on. I was eating my Chipotle bowl and feeling so uncomfortable, but oh man, this is what it's all about, brother. John Moxley, the streets greet you like the ace that you are. This is your town. This is your city. This is your company, brother. This is. And I also want to say, if you watch Grand Slam Australia, Mox versus Takeshita, you gave me the bro. I don't know what it is about them when they get together, and it's funny because like Mox even says, like, he said, I love Takeshita. I'm just gonna be honest about it. He said, I'm gonna be in love. Every time the things that John Moxley has said about Takeshita are not normal. And I don't know if you've
No,
ever heard like the promos.
he want him bad.
He's like, he's beautiful. He's beautiful. I
And
love
like you're
him.
not wrong, but like okay, what that got to do with anything?
Takeshita got a whole different new aura to him. I don't know what it is, but that match had
I think
me.
it's the hair dye.
You think he dyed his hair?
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was about the hair. I just knew it looked so much thicker. Like it's
Mhm.
just like,
Yeah, you know what? I guys,
you
I
think he cut
spent
layers?
I spent the first at least 5 minutes of that match looking to see if Takeshita was wearing extensions because I immediately was like, his hair is so full, and then I made my dad sit and look with me too, be like, is he wearing extensions? I don't think he is, but he definitely did lighten the hair. And Big Soup, it looks great. Just want you to know we noticed. If it is extensions, we saw no tracks, so great job. Um,
Would you
no,
expect
that
anything
match was
from Kenny Omega Son?
well. Kenny doesn't have great extensions.
No, sometimes at least there we don't. I haven't. I don't see the tracks often now, like the thickness and stuff. Sure,
See,
but
the thing with Kenny though, to me, is like that's like part of like the charm. Like, yeah, obviously it's extensions. Like, yeah, he's putting his real pony. He put his shake and go wig on, and he's ready to go. Like it's game day. Yeah, that's how you know it's pay-per-view. Okay, that's why I'm like, I Takeshita, yours looked very natural. If that's what you intended, mission accomplished.
Danny said he's trending towards 45, and 45 is beaten back. Okay, you know. That's what he's
Just
doing.
saying, you know.
Yeah,
But no, this match was great. I gotta be honest, I am over the Death Riders again. Um,
I am
I
too.
just we
I'm not
gotta
over
do something.
Mox. I
No,
like.
I'm not over Mox, but it's just like he needs to drop that belt. Um,
He will.
yeah, he needs to drop that belt, and then we gotta kind of figure out what we're gonna do next. That's where we're at.
I think also too. Now we got a bald Wheeler Yuta to deal with, and then also too, I think that Claudio's about to drop that CMLL belt to Andrade, which yes, um,
Yes.
yes, I'm into it. I don't know. Maybe they finally do the turn, at Revolution once Mox drops the belt, like because it does seem like maybe he saved himself last minute because they was about to kill him, but then he wanted to see two, so they're like, all right, nigga. But now it's kind of like, all right, now
I
it
don't think
gets
it's gonna happen at Revolution still. I think they're gonna have to like I think everybody's gonna drop their belts and then they're gonna be like, well, this isn't working. Because we haven't even really been teasing it again since, you know? So I think that we'll probably
I
have to
think
wait a little bit.
they're about to unify the continental and international titles again. I think that's probably what's going.
Yeah, which is so fucking stupid. Well, no, it they should be unified. It was stupid to separate them.
Agree. I think they just want Okada to have a belt, and it's just like at this point, I do think your AEW needs to decide what they are going to do with both Okada and Takeshita long term. Of just like all of these aside, either put Okada in that world title picture, or you figure something out, brother. Um,
Yeah,
and
because
like
we can't keep dancing around it.
absolutely. Next we had some more fuck ice chants from the crowds when Brody King showed up on screen. Shout out to him. Shout out
Let's give
to
everybody a reminder that
oh,
we,
that is important. Yes, 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 yes,
yes,
yes.
that we, from Lyric's birthday, starting February 21st to my birthday,
Yes.
May 21st, we are trying to raise $1,500 for causes dedicated to immigrant justice here. And so that would consider that like our big birthday bash, big birthday present thing we're going to try to do. So if you are willing, able to donate any money to those causes, or to do it through our link so we can raise our goal. $1,500 is a steep goal, but we believe that we can do it. And we want to be able to capitalize off of obviously like Brody King and like AEW is getting a lot of attention for stuff like that, and you want to make sure that you're able to actually do something with that. So if you're not able to donate, that is okay. Do me a favor and just RT and raise awareness when we hard launch on the 21st. Um, and
Whoop,
if
whoop.
and we got to figure out what we'll do. Like if we raise the money like by my birthday, we got to like do something.
Yes. And if you have any ideas of things that you would like us to do, please let us know. Um,
Within reason.
Within reason.
Right, yo.
We are ladies. This is a classy
My
party.
lady, it's a classy party. I'll do a lot of
Classy
stuff without
party.
reason, but
Uh, it's a classy party.
yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Brody King. Next we had I'm gonna be honest, I went and took a shower during the FTR Bucks thing, but I hope the Bucks win the belts. Um
They need to. Stokely Hathaway, kill FTR and you'll be reincarnated as a lotus flower.
tee. Next we had the TBS title four way. I really enjoyed that. Like I really enjoyed that. Now some people carried their weight more than others. Megan Bain, I have plans that I cannot share with you right now because the haters will try to sabotage me. Willow Nightingale, everything the light touches is yours. And me
It's
and the
your
share
kingdom.
your ability to stay over after losing this many times is impressive. It really is. Marina Shafir.
She she's stuck out like a sore thumb in this match.
Yes.
Um,
I think
and I've never been particularly high on her. I know there's a lot of folks who really like her and really, and I do think that she has improved. I think it's the same issue that we talk about frequently though, which is just a lot of times the booking in the women's division, these people are not peers.
exactly.
And in a situation where you have, Willow Nightingale, Megan Bain, and Mina Shirakawa going ham, Marina Shafir sticks out like a sore thumb because she's not a peer to those other women.
Correct.
And but Megan Bain was the MVP of this match. She was great.
For sure.
She girl, we gonna get you out of booking purgatory. It looks like we're gonna do that singles match at Revolution, and you gotta win that belt. Like
And I think also too, like I love Willow, but I just feel like this belt isn't doing anything for her. And as long as my big thing is that as long as she surpassed her first record with the belt, I'm good, and we've done that already. So
I just I would love for us to be booking our women's titles with a point. Like what is the point? Um,
correct,
I don't think Willow is any. I think it's great to have. We love Willow. I think it's great that Willow has a belt. I think it's great that Willow has two belts. I don't necessarily feel like we're booking this world title reign with a point.
correct.
Um, so I find that frustrating. Oh, someone asked, hello. How do you feel about Thekla not being on the show? I understand she wasn't scheduled for Grand Slam, but I
I
here's the
think.
thing. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think Tony Khan really likes Thekla. She will have TV time.
Mm-hmm,
Obviously, he really likes her because she's world champion now.
mm-hmm.
Um, I do not personally rate her as highly as I rate some of the other women on AEW. But I also think she hasn't been here as long as some of these other women. I am somebody that with her, I need to see it.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna have to be around. She's gonna have to be wrestling. Um, and so I understand this week was a little bit weird because you're obviously coming off you had a show on the other side of the globe, this past weekend. So, but to me, she's got to be around. She's got to be wrestling consistently. I don't think that she has the ability to. I don't know if she's built up enough rapport to not do that.
Correct. We'll see. Collision is live this weekend, so she'll probably be on there. But even too, I think like you establish this new world champion, and their first appearance being on Collision is crazy. But that's whatever.
That's where we are. That's just like you're
Or
booking the women's division with no point, and then what? Like the next challenger is going to be Thunder Rosa.
Jesus Christ.
That's where we're going.
Um. Well, yes, I really enjoyed like that. The finish of this match was crazy. Willow and Megan Bain. I need to see that singles match, brother.
Yep,
I need to see that singles match sign right here. Also, shout out to Lena Cross debuting in Grand Slam Australia. This is another moment where Lyric gets to tell you, I told you so. I've been really high on her for a very long time. I followed her work at Sendai Girls. I interviewed her last year. You can check that out on my YouTube channel if you want to learn more about her. I think for the longest, I think she was the best unsigned international talent in the world. I stand by that. She's taller than Megan Bain, and she knows how to use her size well. She's very, very, experienced. She knows how to work with the Joshi. She works with different styles well. She has presence of a star. And again, listen, I will say we're getting to the point where AEW, you really will have to run me a check soon. I was ahead of the
truly.
curve. Mariah May. I was ahead of the curve on Mina Shirakawa. I was ahead of the curve on Thekla. I was ahead of the curve on Lena Cross. All these people, I saw the vision long
Head of
before.
international recruiting.
Truly, that this is what Hook got Shibata doing.
Okay.
This is what Hook got Shibata doing. I heard that for almost 2 pieces of TV. I couldn't believe it.
Do you understand? Like, first of all, the audacity to put Hook in my face, period.
Y'all
Second
playing
of
with
all, he he opened his mouth and he say, "I sent Shabbat." You what?
you sent. I think it's also even funnier now of just now canonically because all these people are either signed or about to sign with AEW. You know, you have Kevin Knight on the roster, you have Gabe Kidd on the roster, you have Clark Connors on the roster, right? These are they are all graduates of the LA dojo, and Shibata was their head trainer. So you mean to tell me you telling the trainer what to do? You telling Shibata what Shibata is supposed to be doing when Shibata has trained all the people your age on the roster?
It's the most outlandish thing that they've maybe ever. AEW has tried to sell me a lot of bullshit. They have tried to sell me a lot of bullshit. I don't know if they've ever tried to sell me something as frankly unbelievable.
I need to tweet that. No, actually, I need to tweet that because I want to break that down so people understand it. Of just Shibata is canonically the man who trained all of these other young guys. You mean to tell me that he answers to Hook? Okay.
You never won anything. He's never done anything. He's never done anything. And he's 12. And he talking about he sent Katsuyori Shibata overseas to do international recruiting. It upset me. It upset me greatly. Um, and it's like not even like it would be like sometimes the irony of these things can be like a little bit funny. It's not funny to me either. Like it's straight disrespectful. And it's incredibly disrespectful because you talking about head, he said, I'm recruiting domestically. Who would want to follow you? What have you ever done ever?
He
And
said the greatest
I
second generation person of all time. Whoa, whoa, whoa there. No, whoa, whoa.
and I just
Sure.
I swear to God, because he was there watching that match, I swear to God, if Private Party gets roped into
Brother.
following Hook, Tony
No,
Khan,
no, we can't even talk about it. I have a plan for them. I have a plan for them, especially after their night. I have a plan for them.
I have
Y'all
a plan for him too, but
not
I
going
don't
to
think our plan is the same plan as that billionaire.
stop. They're gonna go to the mobile embassy. They about to swerve when they drive. Okay, we're not doing.
I don't think so.
No, brother. Y'all do not bring private
I
party.
wanted to. We have to prepare for the worst. You know what's funny is that AEW, when it comes to Private Party, they consider all of the options and then have them do the worst possible secret third option. Like, that's how Private Party ends up always being booked. Um, a girl can dream for a different future. It would make so much more sense if they were in the Mogul Embassy. It would make so much more sense if Ricochet said, "Fuck it, I want to recruit for the demand." It would make so much more sense to do all of these other things for these talented individuals. We're not gonna do that.
Yeah, I don't understand it, y'all. Of just, and it's about we've
What
turned a
did they do to make them niggas that mad?
they're really that, and I feel like we've turned a corner on a lot of stuff when it comes to AEW. Like it's a lot of things that I think could have gone completely wrong that didn't go wrong, and I'm just like, okay, like we have we have some wiggle room, things are happening. This is one thing. It's just like, no, brother, this is not working. Like we're not gonna be able to dress this up. We're not gonna be able to.
No,
No,
no.
it's just not
And
happening.
and I'll add, who wants it? That the crazier part to me is like, who who do you think the target audience for a Hook stable is?
I think also too, like Hook's heyday is done. Like I think
Yes,
the
he
time
didn't.
because I'm not gonna sit here and lie. There was a time where Hook was hot, bro. Especially like it was really a big thing. Like Sin Hook Housing, even with that first Joe match, like it was a big thing. It seemed like he was the next big thing, like it. And so, but we're not there anymore.
He ain't even
You
got fake motion.
You know how many young guys have come in and just like absolutely snatched the crown? Like honestly, we've got to a point to where I think fans have become snobs because look at the under 20,
Yeah,
under 30 talent. Look at everybody who's 30 and under. Bandito is 30. Konosuke Takeshita is 30. MJF is 29. Kyle Fletcher is 26.
Sneak.
Um, who, Kyle Fletcher?
No, before that.
Who did I say before that?
Scarf.
Oh, oh, we don't count him.
No, because he was there already.
But no, I'm just saying at the same time of just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
The bar is higher than whatever Hook is
like
doing.
think of all these. Kevin Knight's what 28, and so it's just kind of like nigga, yeah, like
Again, it's a similar to Marina Shafir, that you stick out like a sore thumb. Because I'm looking at the people that are supposed to be your peers, and you stick out like a sore thumb in a negative way. And we're supposed to respect you. Who would respect you?
listen to you,
That's
and I think
outlandish.
also we're supposed to see you as not. We're, we it was a stretch to see you as a faction member with the ops. We was complaining to see you as a member. The leader? It's the reason why you still never got that one-on-one hangman match. They knew the people would have rioted.
And you're not gonna get it.
You're
And you're
never gonna
not
get
gonna
it.
get it. And you're never
You ever
gonna
seen
get it.
that Ayana video? Does that
Mm-hmm.
sound like something you
What's
want?
something you want?
You'll never get it.
Like,
You'll never get it.
it genuinely pissed me off.
Absolutely. Next, what did we have? Sorry, I'm looking. Oh, we had the fun part of the night. We had the MJF Hangman face off. There's so much to say. Where do you want to start?
Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. Um, so MJF come out there and cuts a very strong promo. He, I felt like, because the thing with MJF and with Hangman, and we've said it since they first started this like second iteration of their feud, which is just like there's actually so much there in terms of character work, and so much that each one of them have that is unique to them and to this particular feud, that tapping into that is what makes this different, and tapping into that is what makes this interesting. This promo from MJF did exactly that. He said, matter of fact, these are all the reasons that I hate you. And they all make sense. They all align with all the stuff that MJF's been saying and all the stuff that Hangman knows to be true about himself. So I know we were all sitting there and we were saying,
Hard than I ass. Listen, what I will say though of just I think even if you are somebody who dislikes MJF, the way that he ducked and dodged those landmines tonight,
yes,
bro, I've never seen anything. Every time I thought, like I said, oh, we about to
me too.
it's like,
All of
oh,
us everybody was watching and saying, don't, don't fall for it. Don't go there. Don't.
to like really toe those lines so well. And while everything he said was still making sense to stay a heel, it was just really good. Like in the
It
sense
was
of like, I think you really got to give Max his props for that one. Of in the sense of it's very clear he learned his lesson from
yes.
the last reign because I say, bro, Jayla, you're so funny. Why do you like this? Talk about so MJF kept him above the belt. I know they grabbed him by his shake and go wig in the back before he went out there.
Sure enough,
He said I'm gonna get you on the things that above ground. Like for example, your polycule. Let's talk about that.
which
Let's talk
is
about
true. I said, yeah, yeah, you
right.
got him.
He
Um,
wasn't wrong.
he wasn't wrong. And that's the thing about MJF, and we've said it a million times over. If like like when you're able to do this, it's that's unique because there are not a lot of people who would have been able to navigate this situation. We were all watching this, a live microphone with MJF and Hangman, knowing everything that has happened in the past couple weeks. Everybody looking around saying duck. Like it was, but it was actually a very like it I don't want to say the word graceful, but it was. And but
It was.
it still touched on all the things that were relevant to the feud. Um, and it
He got the crowd
opened
back
up
too.
he got the crowd back and it opened up a lane for Hangman to get his shit off too.
He did.
Um,
The talking about the hair was nasty. That was really nasty.
Now I will say when MJF first walked out there, I said, "Oh, that hairline move every week."
He said thicker than Mark Davis. And I think it's even funnier. We saw Mark Davis tonight, y'all. And
We
also,
did.
too, commentary had already been talking about Mark Davis's ass today. Like, it's getting to a point. It's just like they really talk about him. He
Y'all want
thinks
him? Yeah.
the thickest person on the roster fair. I also want to say this. I want some of y'all to hold yourselves accountable. And the reason why I want yourself, I watch some of you, and I want to be clear because we said this on the show when the incident originally happened. All of you are entitled to feel however you feel, right? Like we're not policing how you feel. However you choose to feel about Hangman is your decision. But some of you specifically hooped and hollered all last week. I saw things of people saying things like, "Oh, we can replace Hangman." Oh yeah. The Clark Connors does a cowboy gimmick. They say yeah, we can replace Hangman. Sure, okay. And yeah. Like they were like, yo, oh, we don't need him, etc. The second those words came out of his mouth, yeah, I'll never challenge for the title again. I started scrolling. I refreshed the timeline. Everybody's like, no. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? I said, oh, no. I said, no. No. That wasn't what y'all said.
I the thing is, and the reason that I feel like I had well, first off, oh my God. One, this is just a lot. This is a lot here, right? One, if you're AEW, or I don't know whose call that was, but that was maybe the first good instance of PR or controlling a narrative or changing a narrative and shifting the search bar that I've seen from AEW and maybe ever.
I've
Because
never
talk
seen
about changing the conversation. But um, so sorry, go ahead. You can do
no,
that before
I'm
I move on.
saying, bro, I've never seen anything like that before of just the way it's woke nonsense, brother. It is so like
Truly,
it is crazy. It's one of those things to where it never
so-called free thinkers.
knew that they were going to add a stiff, right? But I thought he was going to maybe say like, oh, we can't, kind of like what Swerve and Osprey said, heading into the tag match.
While you're champ.
Yeah, all right, it's just like maybe I want challenge for a year, right? Like I want challenge for a year. I thought that was what he gonna say. He said ever. Just like unfortunately, it made
That can't
suddenly
happen.
saw it click in everybody's head at the same time. They were just like, oh wow, no, like out of all the people who can never challenge for the title again, it can't be him. Like
It can't be.
he's the main character of the promotion.
And when Hangman is better, AEW is better. When Hangman is relevant, AEW is more relevant. Like those two things do move symbiotically. So I my first reaction was like a literal like a movie reaction. No! I was no. I
It
said,
was a
what
shock.
if Hangman Adam Page gets Cody'd, like that is the worst case
Overthrow.
scenario, not for him, for all of us, because it There's absolutely no universe in which a product, AEW's product, is better off without Hangman in the world title picture. That's just not true.
I think also
And
just every other man in the, for at least when you think about like Kenny and Swerve, like when you think when Osprey
yeah,
comes back, they're all connected to him.
yeah.
He's MJF's foil forever. Like
So you're
for
gonna run a you're gonna run a world title program without the belt on the line. And then people are like, oh well, he's the difference is that Cody wouldn't turn heel, and like and you're gonna have Hangman turn full heel. Man, I
and I think
just
also too, I don't think that even if he does lose, they're not going to commit to this long term. But the thing is, we don't. Let's just not do it.
let's
You
just
know,
not do it.
you don't have to
Let's
do it.
just not do it.
That's the thing about AEW, and like yes, do I still prefer them to other American companies? But that does not excuse them from their misdeeds upon this earth. Because the thing about AEW, they try to back you into a corner and force you into these nonsense woke ultimatums. They try to make you
Exactly.
believe that yes, either or. We could just not do it at all.
We don't have to live like that. That's the don't let them I've said it on the show before. Don't let them convince you we don't have to live like this, right? Because he could have easily said, well, MJF is champion. Okay, fine. Like we just not running a rematch again. That's fine. It is
Oh, he's
it
100%
it
going back to Swerve now. I think of just they about to get real evil together, and I think, bro, Hangman gonna do something so nasty to Kenny. Now that's gonna really set me over the edge. It's just like I know you got a lot going on right now, player, but he suffered enough.
yeah, you gotta leave him alone.
You gotta leave him alone. You gotta
Sorry.
leave Kenny alone. Whatever you're doing in your house, that
Leave
is
Brittany alone.
your business, you and Swerve and your chain shenanigans, whatever y'all got going on. You ever seen that video of like a Shikana? She said, I don't know nothing about that lifestyle.
Stop.
I don't
I
know
hope
nothing.
I hope Osprey come back just confused as fuck. I hope Osprey come back and he tell everybody he ain't been watching. And
I
he has no idea what has transpired. And then we see a manipulative competition
that
to try to
Osprey is
recruit William
respectful.
Peter Charles.
That Osprey and Swerve, no, Osprey and Omega versus Hangman and Swerve. I'm all right. I'm into it. I'm into it because Will's gonna be like, why? Oh, they asked you to do the Osprey impersonation. Are you gonna do it? The thing is, no, Swerve and Hangman were not an awful team. They just were up against awful opponents. You had Super
Yeah.
Aura 5000 versus Hunt, nigga. What was we gonna do with that?
Oh, and
Nothing.
notice how he's always at the scene of the crime.
See that?
Always at the scene of the crime. I'm not calling the bitch guilty. I'm telling you, he knows more than he says he knows.
If you had the super nightmare team of evil Hangman and evil Swerve versus like Kenny to start with, it would have been gold. It was going to go platinum. That's it. Like but stars, staff only. This right here, you see this line of food, you see this buffet. This is for staff only. The only new person, the only real new person that has added themselves to the world title picture that is Andrade. That's it. All of you are not up there.
No.
Staff.
Um, Lyric, do your Osprey impression.
I don't have a good one. Yours is the best.
It doesn't matter. It's not good either. It's
Oh, it's fantastic.
I what would it be what would he be doing?
Um. Okay, can you do an impersonation of what Osprey will say to Swerve when he gets back after he did the kidney?
Oi, bruv. Can I have a chat with you? Yeah, yeah. Bruv, I was sitting at fucking home, bruv. Couldn't fucking move me fucking neck. Yeah, I'm sitting home fucking watching the show with the missus. Yeah. Why am I seeing you laying out Kenny? What? Are you gone mad? What? Hey, bruv, it's one thing to win the fucking match. That's not you, bruv. That's not you, bruv. I don't know. I don't know what's been going on with. I don't know what Hangman's doing, bro. All I know is that you have decided that you're gonna be the worst version of yourself. No, bro. No, bro. It 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 can't be you, bro. It can't be.
Not like this, brother.
Not
Not
like
like
this,
this,
bro.
brother. You
You're
remember
better than
us?
this. You're better than this, bro.
You're better than this, bro. Oh my god. They fucking killed Kenny.
Yeah, you did kill Kenny.
Bro, they really got Kenny. Kenny got clapped up. Like that's crazy. I know we haven't reached that part of the show. Actually, we really have because I'd be lying if I said that I really watched that tag match with Gabe and them.
It
I
was
didn't.
boring, but you know what? I do want to
She is
say All Elite Wrestling. Um,
she is okay.
I yeah, hope Ishii is okay. We got to figure out a way to not live like this. Like I'm sitting up here doing fucking box breathing because Hangman just said he can't challenge for the world title again, and you got Gabe Kid fucking crawling in my face and shit. I got enough going on.
I
I'm
think also
overstimulated.
people got to understand, and maybe that was exactly what they aimed to do. They aimed to remind people of just like, okay, guys, do you do you remember Texas? Do you remember Texas? Remember how you felt at Texas? Do you remember how you felt it was all the best day of all of your lives? And also too, it's so crazy right now to even like that conversation even happening. This time last year, people were begging. I'm talking about on the floor begging for a hangman push. Now it's kind of like people like, whoa, too much. Here's the thing. I wanted Andrade to win. I'm gonna be honest. At grandson
Me
Australia, I
too.
want Andrade to win. But it's kind of crazy of just like, bro, Hangman fans had to beg for years for him to be in the world title picture. Like literal years. We got to a point where I said, oh my God. But you know what I realized turned the corner? It was them awards, brother. It was them awards of, Tony Khan loved them awards, and to sweep the way that AEW did between Observer, Fightful, what else? SI, of Vanity, and unfortunately, guess who's at the top of all of them? Whoop de doo. Hangman and Mox. That's it. That's who was taking home men's awards last year. Um, Osprey got a few, which is even cooler because you got to think he didn't even wrestle the full year. Kyle Fletcher picked up a few, but that was it. I don't know, man. I don't even know how this ends. Like, like I'm actually very interested because I'm also kind of figuring. I wonder if MJF is just gonna flat out tell him no next week of just like, nah, you don't have to put it on the line. Because you got to think, in the lead up to their second match at Forbidden Door, they changed the steps like twice before the match actually
Yeah,
happened.
it was weird. I feel like let's not do that.
So
I
I don't
think
know.
that words should mean something. We can't
I
just say that something's gonna be on the line and be like, actually, no, it's not.
but yeah, they I don't know. I think it's gonna be a great match. Max and Hangman have great chemistry. And
Yeah,
so
because they kiss.
as long as and you know what? Even I think Hangman flat out saying like, you're just like me. We just alike. We crave validation. I thought that was really cool.
That's my
And
evil twin in him. And true. And that's
it's
what makes
true.
this dynamic interesting. And that's why I was like, don't take the easy route, either one of you. Like, really dig into it. And
Yeah,
they did tonight.
they did. Which was impressive. Just like, and it's crazy. Like again, they fought the crowd to get back to get into this, And I think like the fact that they accomplished it, I think on the first night, especially with such a good crowd in Sacramento, it bodes well for these next couple weeks as we head towards Revolution. Clearly the
But
people are invested in these guys, so
he says, why does everyone become stupid when feuding with MJF? You got to keep in mind, Hangman's stupid, period.
we literally dedicated like 90 minutes to talking about just how stupid he is. Um,
Like, he's character don't work if he's bright.
Extremely susceptible to the opinions of his male peers
Yeah.
in more ways than one.
And we'll leave that there.
Yeah. Um, what else happened? Again, I really hope that Ishii is okay, bro. They're trying to, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they had him with scrub.
Non-contact injury.
They got my brother
I
with
don't like to see that.
scrubs. Oh my goodness, this he could have been sticking with. He could have just stuck with Willow for all this, man. Willow would have. All right,
Crazy part is that we didn't even need you today, bro. Like we didn't have to do this match today. I don't know why we did.
they
Um,
had to try to eat one, keep Orange Cassidy in the narrative, and two, try to ease Gabe and Clark into the narrative. I'm bored.
I don't want any of those things. Like I don't care about any of those things. Now what?
I actually only cared about Ishii here, and now
And now look.
sure. Next we had, oh my god, Okada backstage. Now he's kissing up to Andrade. He's nobody's friend. He is now starting. Oh, Condrade.
You
Um,
know what? But this, but the thing about Okada and Andrade is that like they're both notoriously bad with loyalty. So
ain't out freak a freak.
can't out free. This might just work.
Actually, no, that's what I said. I think like Andrade spinning the block and actually dethroning him for the international title, I think makes perfect sense. Of just um them being committed to snaking each other out. I'm into it. You know,
Yeah,
he said, yeah, bro. It's just the fact that he will just get in people's face and be like, yes, we're best friends. You know that I love you. Mwah.
leave your
Uh,
girl.
Andrade, I hope you beat Yoda Suji at the show next week.
Mm-mm.
As well as Claudio. What? You
I'm just
said what?
always rooting. I'm just always rooting for Yoda Suji.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm perfectly. The thing is, Yoda Suji has two belts.
Yeah,
I want him to keep the one, for Japan, but he's been very clear. He don't like wrestling in America like that, which is
that's.
cool.
I think it's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, and also too, as long as he is main eventing some of these New Japan US shows, that means that the women can't. So
Yep,
kind of
fair
need
enough.
to
Yeah,
drop that so we can get back to
yeah.
our real New Japan America roots, which is women in the main event.
Thank
Uh,
you.
thank you. We
Well,
have,
speaking of women, was that next?
yes, the Brawling Birds.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
super
them.
excited about this tag team.
Yeah,
I think stylistically they fit each other very well. And I think that right now it's something that makes sense for both of them to be doing. I love that we're actually investing in, them as a unit, instead of just operating as individuals that are kind of thrown together because excuse me, that's what like if we're gonna have this women's tag division, like that's what you're gonna need. Is two people whose singular focus is on these tag titles. Um, I'm really excited about this. I love seeing like stiff, gritty girl graps. That's my favorite kind of wrestling. Um, so yeah, let's get active. Let's get negative.
it's something that you said, I think, in previous weeks of just like the women's division is missing an edge. They're missing real hatred.
Yes,
And I think
yes.
like these two specifically, I like these two separately and I love them together, like of just I love their matches. I think like that and like even as singles competitors, what I like
Yeah.
most of them is that they work a stiffer style.
Hmm.
They're a lot more physical than some of the other women. And so being
And
able
it
to
gives off that they're really serious, you know?
yes, they are very serious.
That's what this women's division is needing right now. We need to be dead
Serious,
serious.
like a just I think like they just fit each other's vibes, and also too it was like whenever they eventually break up, I believe like we gonna see
That's
a
gonna be a
bloodbath.
great match.
It's gonna be a brawl,
That's gonna be
and
a
these are
great
real
match.
hoopers. And that's why I'm not gonna lie, I get really
Nasty.
upset when people talk nasty about Alex Winter because some of you, some of your faves literally don't hold a candle. Like Alex Windsor has taken every single opportunity, whether she wins or whether she loses, and she shows up. Like I would be honest, some of like Mercedes's best TBS title defenses were against Alex. And I think it's
Yeah.
just she just takes wrestling very seriously. And maybe it's because she's not as strong of a character as other folks. But when it comes to that wrestling, same thing with Jamie. When it comes to that wrestling, when it comes to that wrestling, we're not doing no talking. We smashing you in the mouth.
And that's what we need. That's why I'm like, especially together, where it's like you neither one of you has to carry the bulk of, like a verbal feud. Um, we can just hit
Just
people
beat
in the
people.
face. Let's
And I think
go.
honestly, I really would have liked to see Chris Statlander aligned with them rather with Babes of Wrath because I feel like that fit her vibe so much more.
100%.
And yeah, they got her aligned with Thunder Rosa. Here's the thing: I'm not anti Thunder Rosa at all. My thing is, if we're bringing some of the OGs back, I feel like this is also them soft launch and bringing Baker back, which is a whole different conversation. But if we bring OGs back, where's Nyla Rose?
And you know what? Even if even if we're not making a focus to bring OGs back, you got to answer that question. Period. We're not
Correct.
Rose.
Where's
Hello?
Nyla Rose? It's getting to a point to where I think that, especially since we having all these, so many of these girls are on TV right now are so silly and quirky and funny. There's no funnier woman on the roster than Nyla Rose. I'll tell you that right
A
now.
hundred percent.
Maybe Tony. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Different kind of humor though.
Two completely
Um,
types of humor.
Nyla Rose, come on, Black Girl Wrestling.
Yes. Um, Need that.
That.
Uh, Next we had Kevin Knight versus Beast Mortos. What a surprise! Wasn't expecting
Yeah,
this,
they just threw that on there.
but I was super
Um,
fan.
yeah, no, it was great. I mean, I think obviously when you look at a card and you're like, no, I love both of those people. I love watching them wrestle. Like, you know it's gonna be really good. I think like we kind of mentioned, right now, like you're seeing that like the beginning of the Kevin Knight arc. Kevin Knight, I hope you are ready because I'm not I'm not sure how heavy a rocket is, but it will be strapped to your back expeditiously, because you will be feuding with the Protostar. Thank you.
Correct. I
Thank you.
honestly, I think I'm trying to decide if at Revolution. I think he's either going to challenge Kyle or Ricochet. I'm not sure which one.
Well, I mean, it looks like Ricochet because we're now
It looks
he's
like
getting
Ricochet,
involved with the
and I'm actually
demand.
not. I'm not against that. And honestly, I wouldn't mind if y'all save Kyle versus Kevin for All In. I think that that's a
I
really good match to
I
build
was
to.
gonna say I want that match saved. Um, I think that for a lot of reasons I'm looking forward to that match. One, because I think it'll just be great, but we talk a lot about Kyle Fletcher and him having to kind of wait in line, even though he might be ability wise above some of the other people in line, or um, he's kind of been, yeah, like I get, for lack of better words, like waiting on veterans in a lot of different ways. Want to see you with your peers. I want to see you feuding with your peers who can go.
Right.
Um, and so I'm really excited about that prospect. Mind you, they have not said they were going to do it. We're telling AEW that they
Yeah, yeah,
will be
yeah,
doing that. Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
After a while, it's so funny because I had already the way that I had already booked half All In last year of just
Yeah.
yeah. I've decided who the
And you
Owen
will
winners.
also be doing this. Thank you.
I still don't know
Um,
who the Owen winners are going to be. Like to the point where, if Osprey comes back earlier than I think, like I'm starting to wonder, like, how are they going to do this? Of just
well, and they're like we've had an Osprey package for 3 weeks in a row now, and the one from today was not. It wasn't like the first two were like, oh, I'm not sure how far off I am. The one from today was like, you know who the fuck I am, and I'm fucking coming. It
you come back
didn't
to Revolution,
give. It
brother.
didn't give. Oh, I'll see you bitches in 3-4 months. That's not what that gave at all.
He's coming back at Revolution, so I wonder of just, and it just depends on how nice he's willing to be, right? Of how kind he's willing to be. Because
Nope, we're not
I feel like,
kind.
listen, pause, hear me.
Nope.
He's been kind so much, but I think how would he feel about walking in to Wembley as champion rather
Nope.
than winning the
Nope.
title as champion. If
Nope.
if Kenny wins the Owen, like
Nope.
of just I'm starting to think, what if they flip it of just the order of what if Kenny doesn't win a dynasty? What if he doesn't even challenge a dynasty? Because honestly, if Kenny's not in that match at dynasty, then I think like, okay, maybe I don't know, like because I do think Kenny's going to win the title, but the way that I guess I just didn't expect Osprey to be coming that soon, like coming back this
I know.
soon.
I agree. Me neither. Because no, they're telling you to clear the way Billy goes back.
He is hit
Um,
no matter what.
which which is crazy. But we've talked about it. That freak, affectionate. That freak. Doesn't surprise me. That the timeline that we were initially provided has been or looks to be, you know, much sooner. I he's got to win at Wembley. I don't know how. The thing is with all the wrestling, what watch all this happen and the All In main event be MJF versus Hook.
But you know what? There's also, I think, a secret third freakier option. But I've been saying this since the beginning, which I don't, and especially after the way that everything panned out today, I don't think it's
I know what
100%.
you're gonna say.
It's a multi-man match. Like,
No,
and here's the thing: I know you're saying no, and it's not my ideal. In my perfect world, I want to see Owen Hart Cup winner Will Ospreay versus AEW World Champion Kenny Omega in the main event of All In London in Wembley Stadium. That is what I
hmm
want. But I'm just analyzing what we're seeing on screen right now. Hangman is not going away. Swerve is not going away. Kenny's not going away. All these people are intertwined. And the fact that they're doing all of this and they will they're doing these segments and having like a Will Ospreay talk about something surprise
me too.
segment right afterwards, right? And even too, if you saw that video package specifically today, they show clips of Ospreay with Hangman, Ospreay with Swerve, and I'm like, okay, I'm again like I know what we want.
I think they're all gonna be in the Owen, but I think Osprey wins. And the other problem with the multi-man is not just like my personal preference. The other problem with the multi-man is you got to fill the rest of the card. And is it a best use of all of your top talent to be in one match? And then you know what I mean? Like I don't know if that's of strong either. Um, but no, I get what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from because at some point, all of these things do have to be addressed. There's a lot going on, and we will have to address all of these things. It would probably be easiest to do it all at once. That's not an option. It will be All Elite Wrestling World Champion, incumbent World Champion Kenny Omega versus challenger William Peter Charles Osprey. William Peter Charles Osprey will be crowned All Elite Wrestling World Champion for the first time in London at All In on September 30th. Thank you.
Just how I drew it up.
August 30th.
August
Sorry.
30th. And also too, like the timing of it all, because I don't even know. Like, are the Owen finals? When does the Owen start now?
You know,
When
I
are
don't know.
no? I'm saying we don't know at all because All In is back at August 30th. Last year August All In was July 12th. So
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
so the Owen ran, and so the finals were at Double or Nothing. So now, since you have more time, I wonder of when is it going to be? When are the finals going to be? And also, too, you're flipping the order, so I think it's back to Double or Nothing, then Forbidden Door, then All In, rather than Forbidden Door, All In for no Double or Nothing, All In, Forbidden Door.
I don't know
So
what anything is, so I'll take your word for it.
no, I'm trying to say I also don't know what the schedule is this time around, and which makes me even think even more, bro. If Osprey coming back, there's going to be such a gap before the ON even starts. So just like, I think that AEW would they'll consider we can just belt him up like right now. We
And I've always said this. I said this from the moment he signed. If you remember, I said AEW is always going to have an Osprey problem because when anything is dull for half a second, you're going to look at him and you're going to say, "Well, we could just put the belt back on Osprey. We could put the belt on Osprey." This is the first example where I think it's like, and there were many a low in last year when Mox was world champion and the Death Riders was not landing, and everybody's like, "Well, why we have Osprey over here? We could be Osprey." You don't want to fall into that temptation too often, obviously, but I think that this one is going to be the strongest temptation to date because there's going to be such a hunger for him because he's been gone. So the fan push and call is going to be for Osprey. Everybody's gonna want, um, but my brothers and sisters, you must resist. You have got to stay the course and see the bigger plan, okay?
at
At
ease.
ease, my queen. Um, we can't just put the belt on Osprey because everybody wants the belt on Osprey. Because if we do that every time, he will always be world champion. And I literally said this the moment he got signed. Everybody's like, how long is he gonna be? How long we gonna have to wait? How long is it gonna take? Y'all gotta
I'm
let everything
actually,
else play out.
I'm actually
And
really
he's
shocked.
waited. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say I'm really shocked that AEW kind of restrained themselves as long as they did.
Me too, which is why I'm like, I think that you now deserve to win the title in a more meaningful way, and there's not a more meaningful way than to do it at all.
Same thing for Mercedes, to be honest. It's just
I
like,
agree.
but also too, I'm so conflicted about the women's picture. It's just like, yes, Mercedes needs to be world champion, but especially, bro, if Willow dropped his belt, I'm gonna be honest. If you ask
Got
me
to be
who
Willow.
should win, like the Owen, I'm gonna be honest. I don't want Mercedes to win over Willow. You
I
know,
agree.
I I would rather. How do I say this? My idea, I would like Mercedes to come in the All In as the champion. I
I
would like
agree. And
Willow,
Willow to win.
and I'd rather Osprey come in as the challenger and
I
him
agree.
as the champion. You know.
I agree.
So
So
yeah.
we got some movements that need to take place. We got some movements.
Um,
Um,
we'll talk soon about
because
how this.
none of these people at the moment are anywhere near these belts. So we do have some movements that need to be made.
And I think
But
very
I'm a
few people.
professional, don't worry.
The thing about Osprey and Mercedes is though is like
That's
they
easy.
kind of just they just kind
Yeah,
of
that's easy.
show up.
Yeah.
Say I want this, you know.
And who
I
gonna check me? Nobody.
Declan's not gonna hold that belt long. When Big
Yeah, no,
Mama
he
comes
can't.
home and asks for her belt,
Turn it over.
hand it over. And also too, if Mercedes wins that belt by at least Dynasty, she would have held it for a decent amount of time from between that to. Or honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know who the well. Mercedes not just gonna pop up at Revolution, at least not to like for a match. But we switching titles on Dynamite, so clearly y'all don't care anymore.
It
Uh,
don't fucking matter anymore.
it don't matter. The belt's up my CEO. But last but certainly not least, Kenny versus Swerve. Let me tell you something. This is a great match. It was amazing. I'm into it. And I think what was even better is that I know for a fact they have a better match in them. I can't wait for
Yep.
them to face off on pay per view because they've only started. They haven't even explored the lore. They're waiting for, like, bro, once Heyman enters this narrative, it's going to get really spooky. Like, of just,
Yeah.
I think even like MJF foreshadowing it a little bit earlier in the show, it was just like, okay, but Swerve did really need this, like really get his edge back, and
Yep.
I'm really happy. But why my goat? You know, why did this have to be Kenny? You ain't snatch up Andrade like that.
No, you don't want to make a point of hook.
You ain't so that yeah. You and
He's
Hangman
here.
around with these chains and la 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 la. You don't want to hit
But
him
all
no
of
more.
a sudden my goat want to challenge you to a regular wrestling match and you want to act like this. And you know what? I loved this match. And I loved this match for a lot of reasons. And I'm gonna go rewatch it. And I don't rewatch things at all. I like to live in the moment. But I loved this match. One, because I think that it the whole match start to finish like reeked of desperation for some reason. And which is really funny to me because like you said, like why are we really mad? Hangman. Hangman's not even directly involved in this right now. But it still had it had an edge to it. And I love to see tonight in particular, Kenny Omega wrestle like he know he Kenny Omega.
Oh my
That's
God.
what that
Oh,
tonight it was a very it and Kenny's way of Kenny Omega glazing section, Kenny Omega's eh, Kenny Omega's way of like I don't really know Kenny Omega's way of a match not necessarily being perfect is what makes it so interesting to me. You know, like
it
I
was so
love,
desperate. It was
yes,
the
I love desperate, flawed matches, and Kenny does that better than almost anybody in the world. And but he only does it when he's really, really feeling himself and really, really feeling confident. It's like an oxymoron. Like at his most confident, he's able to put together these imperfect matches that I rate higher than than the clean crisp matches. And I think Swerve, who whose character is experiencing like a lot of inner turmoil, really brought that to this match as well. Like this match had an edge before Swerve snapped.
correct.
And it was just a matter of who was gonna snap and when. Um, but she knew it was gonna snap. And like you said, man, I can talk about it, but I loved that it felt like the start of something, and yet it felt like, man, back on Kenny Omega, has the ability to make anything feel like the biggest thing in the world. This match, there's nothing directly on the line, right? You're not the next world title contender. There is no belt on the line. Like I was so far in it, and to give Swerve his due as well. I I I think it was you that tweeted it. Like y'all talk crazy about Swerve just because you can. The outlandish for you to say. Um, Happy Black History Month, everybody. Getting the win was something that we needed. It's been a rough February, honestly.
Yeah. Whew, we
But
fighting demons.
we fighting demons and they're winning. But I will say I cannot endorse the post match. I cannot endorse that.
I can't. And then you went too far.
I won't condone you till, till March or, condemn you until March. Like I can't go in on you too bad because we are allowed to do whatever we want until February
Oh my
28th. But
God,
come
Jalen,
on.
you're so right. Swear, bring them fur coats back out. Oh my God.
Yes.
Laura, we need the furs and bring out the coats, the grills, and the eyeliner. Get back
Yes.
to business. We
Yes.
getting back to business, okay?
Yeah.
Again, and I also too what I love that this match represented was beyond this. This was the Swerve thought that he had been introduced to the as a true elite adjacent. You went through the Bucks, you went through Hangman, but now you have officially joined our cult. Congratulations. You are one of our elite employees.
Employees.
You have now entered permanent elite lore canon. And as part of this, you will never have a good night's sleep for the rest of your life.
No.
You will always look. You are now a proud
You'll be
consumer.
looking over your shoulder 24/7.
1000%.
Get a
Uh,
Ring doorbell.
absolutely. You will. You are gonna fall in and out of love with so many different people. It's going to make your head hurt, and then you're supposed to immediately forget that they ever wronged you because one day you'll just wake up just like I
That's
didn't really
okay.
do that. You know,
You know, we were
yeah.
all different people then.
You, your little friend Osprey, y'all are officially a part of our cult. Yeah. But and also too, I think Kenny doesn't have a lot of these matches in him in the sense of like everybody's not getting a singles match from here on out. They're not. But I know he really wanted
No.
Swerve just because he wanted to mark him as his equal in the sense of Swerve is one of the guys, bro. Like
Yes.
he is one of the guys. Just like um it's like Hangman is, just like MJF is, just like, Osprey is, like Swerve is really important. Like, you can't talk about, and I've said this before. AEW is never going to be the type of company where it's like one star can singularly carry the promotion. The world title scene, like the main event scene period, is very much so a team effort. Like it's not a singular star effort. And Swerve is not just on the team, he's the captain, he is the franchise, and it's the reason why he's respected the way he is, at least amongst his peers. And I think even to, you can say whatever you want about him, but I'll even say from a black perspective, as black men have come and gone throughout AEW while he's been a star, I don't think we've seen anybody else intentionally work programs with everybody. Like he introduced Ricochet, essentially in those early days of like that Ricochet program this time last year at Revolution. He was in Hurt Syndicate's, introduction over here. The Kevin Knight match, and we've only just scratched the surface with that. I will, as somebody who only became a main event level star, 2 years ago, the way that he's used his platform has been exceptional, in the sense of getting more over, in the sense of I can look at AEW right now and I can say there are more black male stars than there were 2 years ago. It's not just Swerve. And so gotta give him his credit for that. Yeah.
Sure.
So that's it.
I feel like that sounded shady. I was just half asleep. I agree
No,
with you.
yeah. But yeah, Kenny Omega, Sidney Crosby, we will continue to pray. Oh, and y'all don't stress me out today. Y'all don't stress me.
Because
It's
they
funny because
drained me.
I've always known who Sidney Crosby was, but I've only like recently started getting hardcore back in the like in the hockey and like real sports in general. I don't know, like wrestling really kind of consumed my
Do you
mind
watch?
in a singular
Sorry, go
way.
ahead.
I was going to say wrestling really consumes my mind in a very singular way and makes it hard for me to make room for other sports, but I've really been trying lately and I've really enjoyed it. Sidney Crosby occupies my brain in a similar way that Kenny Omega does. And I don't say that lightly. So when I saw them take him off the ice today,
No, like
it was
that's
like,
mama. That's mama.
and also seeing everybody else be so shaken up and they couldn't play for
I
shit.
actually can't do this. I can't talk about that.
Yeah.
The I need to learn how to regulate my nervous system when it comes to sports. Um, do not like literally cannot express to you the complete breakdown and reaction I had over figure skating last week. Like, I need to learn how to be more normal about sports, especially in public spaces, but I'm not there yet. So I'm like, if
No,
we talk too much about Sidney Crosby, it will affect me. Don't ever bring up Car 44 or the Indiana Pacers. I can't, and maybe it'll be, should I start sports betting?
no. I think that's why I love the Olympics so much, is because, bro, none of this sports betting shit. Like, sports
That's
betting
true.
is ruining the tour. Also, the NBA, do you know you're going to fall? The way the headlines, we can't even get into them all. But between LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry, the headlines that came out of All Star Weekend, disgusting. And also, I want to say specifically, All Star Weekend as a concept.
You're
I know
chopped.
David Stern is looking up at us right now and in absolute disgust of what his NBA has become. Back
I
in the day, the girls used to be able to go to All Star Weekend, meet a man to change their life. Ain't nothing over there no more. Ain't nothing over
Well,
there.
that's not true.
That is true.
Hey, hosted in Indianapolis. That's yeah. I had my fun, but
You went to All
I
Star Weekend?
yeah. It was. I mean, yeah. It was. It was
Oh,
there. It was here.
how was it?
Um, it was actually so much fun. But I will say, WNBA All Star was here after. So much more fun.
Of
So
course,
much more fun.
absolutely.
Um, but I didn't even. I watched. I tried to watch the dunk contest. It was boring. Um, I watched the Unrivaled 1v1 tournament. If y'all missed that, that was the best hoops on this past weekend. So that's
I've
on you.
aside from LSU, South Carolina.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's incredible. And I was talking about earlier, but like with my with someone, and I was like, I think that they should the stars of the NBA are way too sensitive about their own brand and image to ever do a 1v1 the way that Unrivaled does. Like
absolutely.
their egos are too
What?
big. They're so worried about what
Well, yeah. I mean, they can't make the stars do it, but they are talking about incorporating 1v1 into All Star Weekend next year, though.
get rid of the Rising Stars game and make
Yeah,
that 1v1. Nobody knows who those people are anyway. It's an opportunity for them to increase their own stock and, household value or whatever. Do change the no and nobody fucking watches the Rising Stars game. Make that 1v1. Or at a minimum, the three versus three. You got to do something different. It was boring. And um, at least when Wemby was on the floor, um, with Anthony Edwards, at least they cared a little bit. So like you got a little bit of passion, a little bit of defense. That got intense for half a second, and then Wemby step off the court and we playing around again. Do you guys
yeah.
realize that the Olympics in 2028 is going to be here? Do you want the French to come? What are you prepared to do about it?
Question: Do you think that America is really going to be able to like accommodate like an Olympics? Like, oh, we're going to be in a state to really be able to host? Like between
It's
America
the
hosting the Olympics and the World Cup
the
right now.
World Cup is going to be much worse than the Olympics.
I know.
Yeah, the World Cup's going to be much worse. But I think that we are incredibly ill prepared for the World Cup. I think we will be okay for the Olympics.
I think I disagree. I think we're ill prepared for both, especially with it being in LA. LA doesn't have no public transport. Getting around is supposed about to be hell. And also,
I
I think
agree.
the biggest thing is like it's not even really the infrastructure that bothers me, or not bothers me. Well, it does bother me, but the thing that I think really scares me is like just like the trajectory of immigration. Of
Well,
like,
yes, I agree. I think that the difference is the Olympic infrastructure. Um, always pulls through for the week. The you will get the best of whatever city that you are in for that week. They will turn that place upside down around whatever they need to do for the Olympics in particular. And so much money gets thrown at that. Things move really quickly in relation to the Olympics. The problem with the World Cup is that it's going to be so spread out that it's not going to be as top priority to that city. You know what I mean? Like because it's going to be spread out and you've got all these different teams and countries staying across the country and training across the country. That is what's going to be a disaster. And really trading throughout the continent. That's what's going to be a disaster, is because it's not any one city's top priority.
so
That's going to be a problem.
this is probably a question I should ask you off camera. Never mind.
Oh,
No, it was just more so of a standpoint of like, is that I was going to ask like, is that something like you're interested in like working, or when the time comes? Just because like I'm gonna be honest, I would love to work in the Olympics. Like I would love to
yeah.
like
Um,
as far as like sports go, it's like it's hard for me to imagine like committing to one particular sport for like the rest of my life. But I think like it'd be, especially if like I actually do go to grad school and like like or it's somewhat kind of finished or about to finish around that time. I think it'd be an honor to work in Olympics. I think like
oh
even
yeah,
if,
absolutely.
even if it's not LA, right? Like I'm totally down of just thinking about like France in 2030, for the Winter Olympics. I think working the Winter Olympics would be super cool.
It's gonna
Or
be in Utah,
any type of
2032.
huge
Yeah.
international sports like the World Cup, any of those things like even if it's not your particular sport, it's just such a production. It's just such an honor to be associated with it. Um, so yeah, like but like Milan seems so fun. Milan Cortina seems
Yeah.
so much fun. It does. We have to go to an Olympics. We should go to an Olympics, even if we don't work it. We should.
I've oh
Oh, you already have plans. Never mind.
no, I haven't been to the Olympics, but I was in Paris um
Wow,
during the Olympics. So I've been to like all
an
the
Olympics.
stuff, yeah, around and
Yeah, I've been to Olympic sites like after an Olympics is left. I've
oh
been to
yeah.
London's Olympic Park, and I've been to Atlanta's Olympic Park, of course. But
I
yeah,
was there I was there like the first day I was there was opening ceremonies. Um So
one
the city was super cool, and that's what I'm saying. Like everybody was on their absolute best, and people talk so much shit about Paris and like the city of Paris. They're like, no, for this 1 week, it's gonna be for these 2 weeks, it's
it's
gonna
gonna
be the
be.
cleanest city. Everything's gonna work. Everything's gonna.
I
And I
think
was
this
like, oh, that
so
worked
sad.
out for me.
I'm so sad that like Tokyo's time they didn't get to host properly, because of COVID. Like, they got to host, but they didn't get to like really host because Tokyo is such a beautiful city, and I think like
Yeah,
it's so many cool things there that I think like would have been really awesome to um, really partake in. So yeah,
yeah,
Olympic dreams. It just I've reminded myself. I've been like reignited of just That is kind of. I don't set a lot of goals for myself. I think sometimes when it comes like career, kind of like just winging it. Especially, and if you're a Gen Z at this point in this job market, you just holding on. But that is something that I think I could be interested in down the line. Anyway, wrapping up at 12:38 a.m. If anybody wants to tell me happy birthday and say really nice things about me, this is the time. Danny, actually, that's exactly what I want. For I'm gonna set a timer after the way that you showed your ass earlier. I'm gonna set a timer for 2 minutes. Just two. And you're gonna just say nice things about me. Um, just gonna say just you're gonna say nice things about me for 2 minutes long. Um, yeah, that's exactly what I want. So I'm gonna start now. Ready, set, go. You've already drained 12 seconds. We're starting over. Just remember, you don't
right.
call me old. Remember you said what was the exact term again? Banging on, was it banging or was it what was it, guys? Can y'all help me out in the chat? What did you say? Was it knocking? I forgot. What was the verb
So
that
you
you
can't
used?
even remember. So let's just call it even.
No, it was one of those words. Was it? I forgot if it was banging, knocking on 30, and you said it. Beating on 30. What was it? It's beating back. Something along pushing 30, and it's pushing back.
Now,
That's exactly
why would y'all write me out like that?
that's what you said. So I'm gonna reset this timer. Uh, Pushing 30, and it's 30 is pushing back. Can't wait to tattoo that on my forehead. We're gonna start
So set
now.
the timer for 30 seconds. Um,
All right, now.
right. So, um, well, so that's lyric. Um, you guys, you guys know her. No, but seriously, I would say that lyric is somebody who has a really like the way that she views the world, I find fascinating. And I mean that in an affectionate way because she's able to see like the bigger picture in so many different ways. And I just find it so interesting the way that her mind works. Um, and it's a quality that I wish that I had. But as a consequence, I think she is, well, not as a consequence, but concurrently, I think she is someone who has always worked very hard, um, represents herself with so much pride and grace. And I think that she should be incredibly proud of the things that achieved to date, but they do not compare to the things that she's going to achieve inevitably. And you ever meet someone that you're just like, oh, I'm not sure what, and maybe she would know because she has a better vision than me, but I'm not sure what, this person is going to do it in, but like they have it. You meet someone and you're like, no, they have all of the traits, tools, characteristics of a successful person. And so whatever that might look like for them, like I don't know, sometimes you just meet people and you're like and people will tell you their dreams and you're like, I don't see it for you. Um, but Lyric is like the opposite. She's like one of those people that like will tell you the things that she's thinking of and you're like, of course. Well, yeah. Like you're you. So that will be happening. Um, but that's more on her work ethic. I'll speak to her character. I think that she's a very empathetic, kind person who really tries to understand people in a time that I think others are so quick to judge, and myself included. I think she has taught me a lot, and you know, and trying to understand other point of views, understand where other folks are coming from. Um, I admire her in so many ways, and we're only here doing this show all this time later because I felt the need to tell her that I admired her and that the work that she was doing was important, but more importantly, the way that she was carrying herself was important. Um, I think she's kind. I think she's funny. I think she's one of the smartest people I've ever met. And I don't see a reason why she wouldn't get everything that she wants and more. Um, yeah, that's what I've got.
Oh my god, I thought you were gonna just bullshit.
Why? You gave me a task.
Oh my god, that was so nice. That was so nice. I didn't expect that was so nice. Oh my
Guys,
god,
I've been kind before. It's not my
that
first
is
day
so
ever issuing a compliment. Like, come on. Now
that
you
is
guys are really making me sound like the devil.
that is so kind. That's so
Well, I mean,
nice.
it's true. I think that you are someone that, yeah, just so many different things that you should be proud of for yourself, um, and the way that you are as a person, in addition to the things that you accomplish. I want those to be separate. I want you to be able to have an understanding of, how much I value you in addition to the things that you do. Okay, that's enough.
That was nice.
Are you crying?
Sorry, I'm
What
a
the fuck?
Pisces. You see,
What?
you see, you always ruin it. You always ruin it.
I'm just like really surprised. I'm like, why
That
would
was
you cry over that?
that was really kind. That was really kind. Thank you. I'm gonna be honest. I thought I was backing you into a corner and you was gonna say something crazy. That was actually really nice. Thank you. That meant a lot to me. A lot. That was nice.
I hope you have it taped. It's not happening again.
All right, nigga. Whatever. Anyway, thank you everybody for showing up to the show. My birthday's not until Saturday. I know I'm turning 47. 30's pushing back, guys. But no. No,
You're so close to being able to run for president.
God, no. I can't think of a job I want less right now. But yes, this was fun. All Elite Wrestling. Yes, you did execute my goat on live television. What is wrong with you? But the rest of your show was pretty cool. Please keep
I'll see you next week.
please keep Kenny Omega and Sidney Crosby in your prayers.
Please.
It's getting sticky.
Pray for the
But
ox.
yes, please. But I digress. This was fun. Anything that you want to add? Oh, yes, again, don't forget the fundraiser's happening. We're gonna post the link one more time. Yeah. My Cash App is always available. Hey. Sign right here.
All right.
Anything coming out soon?
Guys, I've got some fun interviews coming up for Black Girl Wrestling. I guess I should kind of figure out how to be an interviewer because this just kind of keeps happening.
You
But
are already in, and you're really good at it.
no, I think I honestly like my interview style, I guess, is I ask two questions and then I'll be like, you know what? I and at that point we're ready to be friends. Like now we can just have a key. And then I'll be like, I kind of forget. So I should probably be more professional, but it doesn't matter. Couple interviews coming out on Black Girl Wrestling. Make sure you stay tuned. Hopefully one going up before the end of February, but definitely one that you'll get on March 1st. Lyric Swinton, anything to add?
We are doing something on February 28th.
Yep.
We gotta figure out
We don't know
details.
what, but
Expect, yeah, something's gonna happen on February 28th.
we're sending out save the dates, not invitations.
So be there, or be square. Thank you so much for supporting the show. I don't know why sometimes, but
I don't know why at all.
Yeah, but we're having so much fun. It's always a great time. It really is. Like this really is one of the highlights of my week. I'm really grateful, I will say. I think as I come to the end of year 27, this has been one of the most consistent highlights, I will say, like of my week to week. Like I can always expect something either funny to happen in the chat. I expect Danny to say something crazy. I can, so many of you have become regulars. You guys check on me, or you check in with us, like, about different stuff. You tell us about your lives. We share about ourselves. We share about our interests. We watch the same things. It's been really cool.
It's really a community, honestly.
It is.
And I hate when people are corny and they say, we really don't like it. But like low key, and I feel like we've done it like very intentionally because we don't want to talk to the rest of the people on wrestling Twitter. So we come over here. Boo!
Loser. Yeah. Enough.
But
I've had it. But yes, thank you so much. I will. Oh yeah, you'll see us next week. Well, I don't know. I'm going to be at a conference next week, so I need to just check the time zones. I should be able to do the show, but if that changes, I will let everybody know. But I should to do this show. Yeah,
it might be a solo Danny Diaries.
Even if I don't even get to watch like actual Dynamite, I should still have time to like pop in and do the show.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah,
maybe we'll just do a Q&A.
That would be hilarious, actually. The fundraiser will have started by then, so maybe we can do that. Yeah, just raise money.
No.
Yeah, something like that. Who knows? We'll figure it out. But thanks again, everybody. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching Dynamite.
Love you, bye. Love you, bye. Love you, bye.